Hello, viewers. Today I'm going to be talking about rice wine archaeology, and there's some very interesting results that I just recently came across about ancient brewing of rice wine. I think you'll find it interesting too. If you like this video, please click that like button and subscribe, and please click the bell to be notified when I publish a new video every week about rustic Asian rice wine. And please share this video wherever it is appropriate. I really appreciate your help in spreading the word about rustic Asian rice wine. And that's what this channel is all about, spreading the word about rustic Asian rice wine. And of course, I am curious about the origins of rice wine. What's the earliest rice wine that we know about? What do we know about ancient brewing? So there's written records in China for thousands of years, and there are written recipes from classical times in China about brewing rice wine. But of course, rice wine was brewed long before that, and just recently I came across these papers, and these papers are very recent too. This was just published. That the interesting facts in these papers I want to share with you. And there's links in the description to all of this information. So please check out the details in the original sources. So this is the first one I want to talk about. This is very recent, just from August of this year, 2021. And look at this. This is about evidence for beer drinking in a 9,000-year-old platform mound in southern China. But this specific sentence here, we also discovered the earliest evidence for using mold saccharification fermentation starter in beer making. So, I mean, rice beer and rice wine, whether you call something rice wine or rice beer, that's just a matter of terminology. We're talking about the same thing here. I'm really glad that archaeologists are asking the question that I'm most curious about is when did brewers start using these mold-based fermentation starters to do the saccharification to enable brewing of rice wine or rice beer. So the fact that I'm just very happy that the archaeologists are asking these questions that match up with my curiosity. You can, if you want to know the details, read the paper, how the starch was analyzed, how the mold was analyzed. But this is it's hard to okay. This is 9,000 years old. This is as early as any other Chinese rice wine there's been evidence for, chemical evidence for rice wine. This site is as old as any other site that's been discovered. And how old is that in terms of rice? Well, let's see some of these other. Here's a figure in this paper. Let's enlarge it. This is where the site is in Jiaotou, and this is the time period, 8,000 to 9,000 years ago. And this is so early that rice was domesticated relative, in just maybe 1,000 years before that. Rice was domesticated. So this is pretty much as early as you can find that there would be brewing with the excess rice that you've cultivated and were able to make beer or wine from. So in earlier, let's say 10 years ago, if you were researching this, you would find I think there was evidence for mold-based saccharification in China maybe 2,000 years ago, but not this far back. And it's only in the past few years, I think, that that this evidence has really been pushed back to this time period. There's another paper from 2019. This paper shares some of the same authors from 2019, which gives evidence of grain and herbs as starters for fermentation. And this site was 7,000 to 8,000 years old. So so archaeologists are asking questions that I, as a brewer, are interested in the answers to these questions about the earliest brews and the techniques of the earliest brews, rice wine brewing. And it turns out that mold-based fermentation was there from the beginning. And of course, this mold-based fermentation is a characteristic of Asian winemaking, to contrast it with with germinated grains used for saccharification, which is the common method for European brewing or Middle Eastern brewing. Asian brewing now predominantly uses mold-based fermentation, in modern times, during historical times when there's written records. But it wasn't known how far back that tradition of mold-based fermentation went, and it seems to go all the way back to the beginning of rice, cultivated rice in China. So that's fantastically long ago, 9,000 years. Hard to imagine how long ago that is in terms of the number of generations of people that were brewing, and that carried forward all the way to the mold-based fermentation that we're doing today, the viewers of this channel are doing today. So I hope you found this interesting. If you have any comments, please write them down below. Thank you for watching.